I told my wife, I was like, she's like, where are you going? I was like, I'm gonna go podcast with the guy we met at Walmart. She's like, oh yeah.
The kind of folks you meet at Walmart.
Yeah,
right?
I got introduced to this show this week with, hey, Taylor is coming. He met Todd. Toddy met him at Walmart. And like that's about as deep as I got with the conversation. I mean,
that's pretty much it.
So we're meeting people at Walmart,
and we're just grabbing people at Walmart, and just interviewing them on a podcast.
Right. We might really be onto something.
Dude, I'm telling you, that would crush people at Walmart, and just interview random people. Actually, that would do numbers.
Short form.
That would do numbers.
Like a little 20-minute. And then, what also threw me off is Toddy just said, yeah, I used to watch his videos on YouTube. So I'm like, in my head, it's like Toddy sees Taylor at Walmart buying some shampoo and is like...
Children's shoes, but close.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's like,
can you sign my business card?
Yeah. Hey, could you sign this for me?
Yeah.
That's where I went.
Toddy's a fanboy.
No,
okay, we got
Taylor and I have been playing hockey together since 2000 and probably seven.
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you met at Walmart before hockey.
No.
Oh, okay. No. Okay.
Hockey was OG.
You met him at Walmart?
Hockey was OG. Yeah. I was shopping for my daughter first. She never wears shoes. She still doesn't wear the shoes we bought her that day.
So Walmart did happen.
Yeah, Walmart did happen.
I was in the shoe aisle. He was in the shoe aisle too, and I was getting shoes for my daughter. He was getting shoes for his daughter.
Yeah. And we just started a conversation.
Haven't seen each other since probably maybe a year or so.
So today's episode, guys, we're going to talk about the Nashville tech scene. Okay, we'll dib and dabble in Nashville as a whole, the tech scene in Nashville. Taylor's got a lot of experience in the Nashville tech scene. We'll introduce our guest now. Taylor, tell us how you pronounce your last name.
Desseyn, Desin.
That's way easier than I was going.
Yeah, people throw Desseyn,
Decent.
It's crazy. That Y throws everybody off.
Yeah,
so, Desseyn.
does.
If you ever meet another Desseyn, they're related to me.
Okay.
Like it's such a unique name that I've Googled Desseyn before, and there's some like random people all over the world, and like they're specifically related to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meredith's spelled like my last name is spelled, are pretty much
really. Well, how do you spell your last name?
It's Idieth.
Really?
Yeah. There's an extra I.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think it dates back to like Civil War times, and somebody couldn't spell it.
That's fair. That makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah, or somebody
like I think somebody
met with
spelled
their
it wrong.
husband and was like, I'm gonna add that I.
Yeah, I can't spell it.
So
right.
I think that happened. Something like ours. I found out just recently. My dad's like, it was never always. I don't know. It was some sort of spelling. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misquoting. If my dad watches this episode in the future, maybe he can like text me and let me know. But Dad, let me know. I'm pretty sure there was a misspelling on ours too.
I would be willing to bet that's our.
People's grammar just was not too good.
Yeah, and you can't. I mean, it's East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Southwest Virginia.
I'm German.
Yeah. My mom's side is Irish.
Okay.
So McKinney's pretty easy to. That's kind of hard to screw up.
So Taylor, we met about a month ago. I know you've done some traveling since then, but what I learned about you is that you're from South Carolina originally.
Very good.
You like hockey.
Love hockey.
And you're passionate about recruiting and the Nashville tech scene.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty spot on. I mean, I'm a little bit more global now from a recruiting perspective, but at the end of the day, spent 11 years recruiting Nashville specifically.
What did you do in Nashville recruiting wise? All tech jobs?
It was a mix. Spent a lot of it doing kind of a mixed bag of tech, but for the most part, software engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, so all from back-end data cloud all the way to front-end design, UI, UX, that type of thing.
How'd you get into recruiting? Was that something
I was broke and needed money. Okay. I mean, flat out, right? So I moved to Nashville.
Why do anybody?
So it's funny, if you interview every recruiter, or most recruiters, I don't think everybody would be like, I came out of my womb and I was destined to be a recruiter. Now, I would actually say, knowing who I am now, I think I was destined to be a recruiter, but nobody goes to college to be a recruiter. You just kind of find it.
Yeah.
I moved up here to do music in 2011. Graduated from University of South Carolina, go Gamecocks. And you know, my lead singer was in business school with me. His name's Jake Etheridge. He looked at me. We both took accounting classes together. You know, he would come over, we would study together, we'd tour together. And he was like, dude, we should move to Nashville. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, great. Mm-hmm. I truly think, like, in hindsight, I don't think I ever would have left the state if it hadn't been for Jake. And so moved up here in 2011, worked at the Outback Steakhouse on West End. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
It was closed now for a reason.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make any money. So I was working. So my dad ran the Outback Steakhouse in my hometown in Columbia, South Carolina for 25 years.
So Columbia is your hometown?
Columbia, yeah, Lexington specifically. But yeah, for people who like aren't familiar yet, I would just say Columbia. So my dad ran the Outback Steakhouse in my hometown. And what I didn't realize is, like, Nashville was like, no one, I mean, people eat chains restaurants, especially up here in Hendersonville, but like, you know, the greater part of Nashville, it's all, you know, non-chains. And so I made decent money in college working at my dad's restaurant, like 3-4 nights a week. I was like, I'm gonna go to Nashville, I'm gonna crush it. I'm gonna have all this time in the world, because I thought it was a 1-to-1. Moved up here, served tables 6 nights a week, was losing money and not playing music. And my idiot self was like, I should pick up a valet job at night. So I was so lost on the job search. Like, I was so lost. Like, I knew day jobs existed. Like, I knew 9-to-5s existed, but I was like, I don't know how to get in there. Like, how do you do that? Yeah, how do you do that? So, because, like, again, I mean, I always tell folks, like, the 2 things I learned from my dad is how hard he provided for our family, and that I never want to be in the restaurant industry. Yep. So, but I didn't know how to get out.
And so, you did serving.
Serving, yeah. With a face like this, definitely serving. My brother worked in the back of in the kitchen, which, you know, they'll tell you everything.
He must not be very.
Nah, he got face for radio. Yeah. I'm just kidding. He's gonna watch this. He'll beat my tail. So basically, there was a group of us from our hometown that all kind of moved up together, and there was one girl that I knew nannied for somebody, and I was like, well, if somebody can afford a nanny, I want to do what they do, right? It's, you know, a little deductive reasoning there, a little bit I have. And so I just asked her one day, again, we all, like, kind of in the area, we all knew of each other. So we were hanging out one day, and I was like, hey, like, who do you know if your person you nanny for is hiring? She goes, well, I don't know, but I can ask her. I was like, that'd be great. So essentially, she asked, and she texted me, and she goes, yeah, they're looking for a recruiter. And I was like,
I can do that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but sign me up. Yeah, I was like, I'll sharpen pencils. I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
And so I called in to the office, Vaco. I was like, hey, I would like to speak with this person. Just literally picked up the phone and called them. Yeah. And literally, I'll never forget, like, they were even impressed. Like, my manager was even impressed that I even called in.
Yeah.
So I got the interview. 2 days later, got the job. Or no, 2 weeks later, got the job. And then, you know, I was doing music simultaneously. So that freed me up to play nights. Yeah. Right. So started, you know, did the Exit In, did, you know, what's that terrible bar across from Exit In? I haven't played it in years. There's like it's a really shady dive bar across from Exit In down there. I forgot what it's called. But anyways, did that bar, did, you know, Bluebird. So for a minute, we were actually like Bluebird cafes. Like, if somebody bailed, they'd call us. So I don't know if it's the same. Sundays at the Bluebird is the only night full band can play. Okay. And so we went up there during our last years in college, and we were playing, and they really liked us. Like, we kind of had this, like, we could tone it down and do kind of this indie folk country vibe pop situation we were doing. I still wouldn't even know what to call us to this day.
It's called country music.
Yeah. It's basically that. Yeah. I would say, yeah, it's very singer-songwriter type vibe. Yeah. That's good.
If you can't find a genre.
It's just country. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So basically, we were kind of the de facto. So played Bluebird a ton. And then we did a tour. It was like 9 months in. So like my boss was super supportive, because the division I started in was kind of like really high churn, right? Get college kids, see if they survive. If they don't, you know, not a big deal. We'll refill them. Yeah. So she was super supportive. So we went on a tour from Nashville, shot down to South Carolina, shot all the way up to Boston. And my lead singer had an affinity for driving through the night. He loved it. And so we finished our last show in New York at the bitter end, and it was a pretty big venue. And he was like, hey, we should just drive through the night and just get to South Carolina and just like crash. And I was like, okay, sure. I was already like, I'm very structurally oriented now. Like I need my sleep. I'm very domesticated. And so I was like, this is not going to end well. And we broke down in South Carolina on a Sunday, no sleep, no shower. And I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So then I just kind of put all my effort into recruiting. That was a really long way around to your question.
But you were doing this on a weekend while you were recruiting your day job.
Yeah, so I took off for 2 weeks. I mean, my boss let me take off for 2 weeks to do this tour. Yeah, that was my vacation. Yeah, I mean, I was single. Didn't have a girlfriend at the time, and so I just toured, just did that.
What did you do in the band?
I was a drummer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still play?
No, my wife really wants me to play, but with the amount I travel now, there's no time whatsoever between that and kids. So
yeah.
And you don't want your kids to have the drum set.
It's funny. I think, girl 5, almost 5, and then my youngest is almost 1. And, thinking about that type of stuff, like, yeah, it would be loud. But listen, if they want to play drums, like, I'll support them.
I mean, you play drums, right?
Yeah. I did a lot of teaching too, so I can teach. Yeah. So.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
Well, we know you're, from connecting with you on social media, I know you're huge on LinkedIn. Why LinkedIn? Did that get started at Baco for you? Or?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm about to take down the backdrop. A little bit of bull in the china shop situation. So when I started recruiting, a traditional recruiter, especially back in the day, it's shifted a lot with AI and recruiting, and there's so many startups doing a bunch of stuff because I think the recruiting space is ripe for an AI takeover. And
because it's sales at the end of the day, right?
Well, it's sales, but there's a lot of manual automated tasks, right? So like Torc, who I work for, I'm sure we'll get into, we like Ronstad, which is like the world's largest staffing company, bought us because they wanted to use our AI tool to help match job seekers with recruiters faster.
Okay.
Because typically when you go in a database and you search, it's unstructured data, it's a mess, you kind of have to filter through stuff, and it's essentially, your search is only as good as the recruiter searching, and it can't be scaled across the organization. Mm-hmm. So Torc, for example, is one of those disruptors. And so when I started recruiting, I mean, I was very heads down, just like grinding, driving. I never did social media. So 2011 to 2020, I was on the job boards, cold calling. We were taught early on to bring in 15 net new people a week, not to mention maintain existing relationships. Mm-hmm. So I did that type of recruiting for 9 years. So what's 9? I mean, that's a lot. It's like over 5,000-6,000 people I've met, right? Yeah. So towards COVID, when towards 2020, there was a girl that I recruited with. Her name was Alethea. She was a G. She's such a good recruiter, but she like did half the amount of work I did. Like half the amount of work. And while I did beat her on the scorecard, the amount of work I was putting in wasn't.
Percentages weren't.
Yeah. She was out here like taking developers to happy hours and lunches, and I'm out here just grinding away, calling people. I was like, that looks like fun. I want to do that. Yeah. And I've actually never said this in an interview, but she was the inspiration to what I do now. I've just put an entire P&L behind it now. Mm-hmm. But that's essentially was a precursor to community. And so in 2020, COVID hit. I was very focused at recruiting Nashville, like I said, for like 9 years. But I saw a transition, a trend that I think one of the things I do well is I think I see trends early before it happens, right? I called it with community builders and organizations. Anthropic just posted a head of community at $490,000 salary, right? So Notion just posted a community builder role for $300,000, right? So I saw that the landscape was shifting, and I was like, hey, I need to go more remote. I need to go more global. And so with my reach, and so I was like, well, I'm going to start a morning show. Right? I listened, in the morning going to school, in middle school, my mom used to always listen to 106.7 or 104.7 in my hometown. And
97.9.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you remember that. I was like, man, like people just kind of yapping and just kind of hanging out and stuff. I was like, well, I want to do something like that. So Vaco was like, well, we need to do more virtual stuff like everybody did during COVID. Right.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn Live just came out on the scene. And I got LinkedIn Live before a lot of people because like we had a business license and they gave it to us and I signed up because I did a live stream with.
Yeah, they had a beta mode.
Yeah. So I was in beta mode, and because we did some like live stream with the guy who ran the Nashville office, and so I started doing that and I just kept doing it. And I was like, nobody's on LinkedIn. It's a platform I think that is ripe for authenticity. Everybody's stuff is very vague and just boring. And, I almost treat LinkedIn like an Instagram, to be honest, or a TikTok. And so I started to go live and I was talking into the abyss of LinkedIn for like 6 months. Like nobody would show up, and I'd just be talking about how to write a resume and how to write. It was just me, just yapping,
just talking.
Yeah, just to my mom, right, and my dad. And they're like, "Oh, Taylor," and so essentially,
watch my son.
Yeah.
Mom, can you get on a comment my post? Please?
Yeah, my dad still comments, and every time I'm like, "Dad," on it, and so basically, it's kind of morphed into a morning show where I invite anywhere from boot camp graduates who's had success finding jobs at a boot camp all the way. I've had Netflix engineering leaders, Google engineering leaders, Apple, really just all of FANG on and just try to help give back and add value to the engineering community to find jobs. And really a lot of it too, per Toddy, he could attest to, a lot of it's just industry agnostic. Like, how to write a resume. I wrote my dad's resume and it's the restaurant industry. So it's just a lot of good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Man. Well, you've gone from recruiter to now community leader, right?
Sure. Yeah. Professional mascot.
Okay. My question is, what's the difference? Are you no longer a recruiter? Are you is it more of a marketing, PR type position?
It's community.
It's
It's
community
everything.
Development.
Yeah. Prime example, right? It's sales, it's recruiting, it's marketing, it's all of it, right? So it's creative direction. Even my brother the other day was like, "You're kind of a creative director. Like you kind of are setting the brand and like I was the vibe of like the back of our shirt and all of our merch is like all me. We just had a design. I was like, hey, I want it to look like this. I pull from a lot of inspirations from like current up and coming hot brands in fashion right now, and so community is a mix. We were in Mexico for a tech conference. That contact was looking for a vendor. I found out this week that they hit us up because they saw us at Talentland and they want to hire 20 engineers from us.
There you go.
And then the next moment, I'm doing a resume review in our Discord for like junior devs. And then the next moment, I'm on a marketing call talking about content direction and how things should sound and don't make it sound like this and edit this. So it is a very niche role that I would say is a really hard hire. I think companies who do this, I think you need somebody who knows the industry, somebody who needs to know how to do sales, you need somebody who's willing to get their hands dirty and writing social copy. It is kind of just this crazy unicorn role that I think that's why companies are paying so much for it right now.
Presenting, live speaking, all that stuff.
Oh, right? Live speaking, social media. Are
you presenting to large groups in what you do?
Yeah,
and talking the brand.
I spoke to a 200 developer room in Barcelona, and talk about the Torc brand, and then I'm up in New York at a 20-person meetup doing something more intimate, right? It kind of. And then I keynoted a 1,000-person conference a few years back. So it just it's just getting in the weeds, and it's brand. In my opinion, it's the new way of doing marketing. Like I really think it's a new way of doing marketing. I've said you don't need another marketing hire. You need to build community.
Yeah. So you were Nashville.
Yeah.
Everything Nashville.
Everything Nashville.
Now, are you trying to be everything global now? Mm-hmm. Or are you saying, since Nashville is such a global brand now, let me just take Nashville as a whole and take it to every other market? Or talk about Nashville to everybody?
No.
Are you selling Nashville?
No, I'm not selling Nashville, okay. But I am essentially trying to replicate, duplicate, triplicate what I did in Nashville across the globe.
Okay.
So my entire thing is I want everybody in the entire globe in the software engineering space to know who I am. That's been a mission of mine from the get-go. And I'll never forget somebody at Vaco, I won't name names, early on told me, I was in Raleigh. I was in our Raleigh office, and I was moving back to Nashville to replace.
You had lived in Raleigh.
So I was in Nashville, then I moved to Raleigh as a promotion. Then I moved back to replace my mentor at the time. And somebody told me in Raleigh, they go, why would you move back to Nashville? Your mentor already owns Nashville. And I'm like, bet, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And not everybody, but I would say I've 10x that. And so I've had multiple people in my career be like, why are you will never be known for anything bigger than the other person already in that market. And so, but what I've realized is I think I have a very unique way of positioning a very boring industry, because at the end of the day, tech and staffing is one of the most vanilla. No, not at all. And I think I have made it sexy.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't realize the growth that was going to happen in Nashville either at the time when they said that.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Well, I will tell you, Nashville really blew up. And when I say blew up, I mean like kind of put on the map in the software community when COVID hit, because there's a lot of great engineers in Nashville. The tech scene is solid in Nashville. The problem is we're still ingrained in the South, where a lot of CFOs control the pocketbook, which is rightfully so, but like CEOs, CFOs, not CTOs. Yep. And so hiring salary numbers are super low. To put in perspective, when I was recruiting, senior engineering salaries were 125, maybe 130.
In Nashville.
In Nashville. When COVID hit, senior engineers were getting paid 175, 180.
Because they could go virtual.
Exactly.
Right.
And so the Nashville market,
they were getting hired outside of Nashville.
Yeah. So there was one company I staffed for. We placed 15 engineers with them. They probably hired about 7 or 8 in Nashville because the talent was so good. They could still overpay that person and still be under what they would pay in
under
Boston.
their budget.
Yep. So a fascinating shift happened during COVID with Nashville, which was the best thing for Nashville because Nashville was so behind on salaries.
I agree.
Yep.
Is the healthcare industry still fueling tech growth in Nashville?
I mean, I would say, again, I mean, there's a caveat that I have not directly recruited in Nashville since like 2021, 22. So I'm a little out of it. But I will tell you this, as a whole, yes. But I will say, I want to give some flowers here. Haley Zapowski and Kelly Griggs, both amazing females in tech. They are bringing to the forefront the startup culture in Nashville. And the startup culture in Nashville is growing tremendously. In a variety, we're seeing real estate, we're seeing insurance, we're seeing a lot of different things come to light. But as a whole, yes, the healthcare market with HCA, CHS still drives it. And I think it will for a long time.
That's where all the money's at in Nashville still.
Well, we also see, companies like Oracle and Amazon and Facebook putting a data center in Gallatin.
Like expanding.
Yeah, big stuff is coming. Other stuff is coming here too.
I think it's incredibly attractive for companies, right? I mean, when I was at Vaco, I was put in meetings where I would go meet with like people in the Nashville mayoral group about companies moving here because they were like, hey, what's the intel? And like what's it like here? And they were asking us how, so I helped staff up a startup that moved here from the Bay Area, right? But again, I think what makes Nashville special is that there's still just that Southern hospitality here. Yeah. There's not an elitist kind of type mentality that you're going to see in these bigger cities like the coastal elites, as they say.
Are we losing that though? The Southern hospitality a little bit?
I mean,
maybe in Davidson County.
You think so?
But when you go to the real, you go to real Middle Tennessee, no.
Yeah.
The majority of people working in Davidson County are commuters,
I would say.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you see a
based
lot
on the traffic.
Based on the traffic, geez. I try to avoid Nashville like that.
Yeah, same. Yeah. I have a haircut tomorrow and I moved it because I did not want to get stuck in Nashville coming back up to Hendersonville. So, yeah, I mean, really at the end of the day.
You could just do what Toddy did.
Yeah,
Speedily.
buzz it. Yeah,
And
yeah.
be blessed
Yeah,
with
I've
a
actually thought about it.
less than adequate hairline.
Yeah. Mine's getting hairy, no pun intended. But yeah, I mean, listen, I think Nashville's special. I've been a part of other founder groups, and I've even started talking about getting more involved in Nashville. I mean, I haven't said this to anybody publicly. I said this behind the scenes, and I'm kind of saying this out loud to hold myself accountable. I kind of view myself as like, Kings of Leon was from Nashville, right?
Yeah,
What if Kings of Leon never played a show in Nashville? How would that come across?
that's right.
So for me, I've been very convicted lately about not doing enough stuff in Nashville. I do a lot of stuff, so I'm going to have my team support on this. But like getting back to my roots and throwing meetups and throwing curated dinners and pouring into the tech community, because I think it needs it. I think a lot of the meetups have gone away. COVID killed kind of the in-person interaction. People got comfortable sitting at home in their pajamas, or no one really works in the offices anymore. So like it used to be, hey honey, I'm going to a meetup after work. I'll be home after the kids go down. Now it's you have to fight to get out of the house, which is a lot of. I mean, literally, one guy told me yesterday. I spoke at Nashville JS meetup, JavaScript meetup, and he was like, I had to convince my wife to let me out to come see you tonight. Right?
It's so true though.
Yeah,
because you're
like,
leaving the house at 4 or 5 o'clock.
when
and you're
kids,
like,
it's
"What's
bedtime.
up?"
It's bedtime. I mean, I didn't get back till 9 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
So again, I think that's another interesting dichotomy that's going on right now in the market.
I agree. We, as a business owner and salespeople, it's been a struggle since COVID to get people out to go do events.
It's so much harder than it used to be.
It is.
You're competing against Netflix.
Well, you're competing against Netflix.
Or YouTube. Yeah.
But in general, though, like it's not just in business. I mean, you can look at the stands in any sporting event, like a baseball struggles.
Well, I'm not a big baseball fan, but
Big League Baseball
it needs to
struggles
change
right now.
And then you got the Savannah Bananas selling out.
Yeah, the NBA
Entertainment.
They're also not playing every night.
Sure. Which is another issue. The 164 games is stupid.
Yes.
Or
And you
7
can't
or
watch
whatever
them
it
on
is.
TV.
They're not playing every
Right?
night. Right. Well, I think you can now, but
On Disney.
yeah,
Oh, for real?
I think it's
I
like this whole. It's not just in business; it's everything.
COVID did something. COVID did something that I don't think enough people are talking about. Essentially, about the cultural shift in events,
Yes.
both from a business. I mean, even did you see the NHL's looking to expand 2 more games?
I didn't see
So
that.
from 80, were they 82 right now?
82,
to 84. And literally, it's like nobody. There's too much content out
And
there.
the Preds aren't selling out every night. Like
Right.
there's not. I mean, you go to a Nashville SC game. There's going to be open.
You know
seats.
who's selling out every night? Martin's Barbecue Black Pigs, ice hockey beer league team.
There you go.
Tuesday nights at 10:40 in Centennial.
I think that's. I mean, to your point,
Yeah.
it is hard, but but if the content's good and it's not like
The competition's bigger now for good content,
Correct.
right?
Well, and not even content. I think people want experiences, right? So I've talked about a lot of this about building community. Like prime example, we went to Render ATL, which is a 7,000 person engineering conference where the top engineers from all around the globe get flown out to this conference. They speak. It's like our Super Bowl. And we were out there 2 weeks ago. We did something different. Shout out Brianna Holmes of my team, because we're always trying to think differently. Like I mean, I'm like a mad scientist, and if my team watches this, they will agree. Like when they watch it, like I am this guy who's like, what about this? I mean, I'm like that. You know that meme of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that guy going like
Yeah.
that's me, because I'm always trying to poke holes in everything. So I loved what we did for Render ATLs. We did an email bar booth, which basically was 4 long tables with our stuff printed, our brand printed on it. And we had people just hanging out, but it was a place for you to come and catch up on emails and just work.
yeah.
That's cool. It's different.
Nobody else did it.
Yeah.
And our booth was packed out every hour on the hour.
I love that idea.
And
Because otherwise you got to go way out of the convention.
yeah, you got to
or
leave the
whatever.
convention center. So like for us, there was like we had a DJ as well, like kind of playing some music, and so it was just a good time, like good vibes. You can come, you can put your headphones on. We won't talk to you, or if you want to ask what Torc is, we'll tell you about it. So like and we ended up getting like 3,000 signups, right? And because people were just like, this is great. Like you're not pushing anything on me. Yeah, it's different. So I think all business. I mean, you and I talked about that in our lunch. Like, how do you be different? Like, how do you stand out in a sea of not only AI slop, but just generic business content? And that's something You know, I mean, again, like the tattoos, the earring, the blonde hair, like the camo pants, right? Like all of it's on purpose. It's all on purpose.
Pants?
Huh?
Do you have different pants?
No, these are the only pants I ever wear. Yeah. Actually, I was gonna wear black pants this, but they were dirty. But yeah, so it's just like you gotta be different. I started my career wearing floral shirts.
Okay.
People knew me at conferences as the floral shirt guy.
I could see Chad being the cowboy cloud guy.
I'm not a cowboy.
There was one guy, speaking of cowboy, there was one guy at the conference, showed up every day in a cowboy hat. I mean, he looked about, he's moving here in Nashville actually, super pumped. He's worked at Apple, cowboy boots. He looked great. He didn't look cheesy. Great hat, great fitted cowboy hat, kind of tilted back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
That was his vibe the whole time.
I think there's like some rules to being able to wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
You actually have to be a cowboy.
Yeah.
I'm not a cowboy.
Yeah.
I'm not a horse guy at all.
But yeah, if you want, come on over.
Yeah,
No. Pet some horses. We have miniature donkey if it's more
A
your
horse
speed.
doesn't have a gas or a brake.
Can you wear duck gear to a conference or something?
I guess I could. I mean,
You should.
If you
just
need
roll
me
in there with waiters.
to. Yeah. If
Waiters
if I
in
need-
your little
if
duck call.
Honestly, you talking about
I guess I
that,
could.
that would really stand out. Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
I could. I
Yeah.
could do that.
But I think,
get a lot
I
of
think
questions.
That would be more authentic.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we're doing, like we're joking here, but in a way, like that is how businesses should think. And what's crazy is I sit in these meetings, and it's like people are just so scared to be different, and it's like people don't care about your brand as much as you think people do.
Preach, buddy.
Like literally, like and I listen to a podcast called The Brand Fathers. It's 3 guys. They consult for huge brands. They all do their own thing, and literally, 2 of the guys went to Cannes Lions out in the French Riviera, and they're sitting with all these like CMOs and marketers, and it's all word slop, and and these guys are like, you know, they're leading panels, and they're like, hey, you don't have to have a content calendar, it's okay. And that was so awesome. I've been saying that for years, but I'm not a traditional marketer, so I felt weird saying that, but I'm like, that's not what people want. People don't want scheduled content for like 6 months on one topic.
The real stuff.
Yeah.
Give me
real. Yeah, open up your phone. Like people are like, oh, I gotta do video. This is amazing, by the way. So shout out to y'all. This is a beautiful setup. But also too, just open up your phone. Like people are like, how do I get in, you know, doing content? I told people doing content is like going to the gym. Mm-hmm. Start walking 20 minutes every day and see if you can do that for 30 days in a row. Start there.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with everyone's like, oh, I can't do what you do. How do you do what you do? I was like, I spent my entire last 5 years starting with my phone. And honestly, most of the stuff I do is with my phone. Yes, I have a video guy travel with me, but even he and I have gone back and forth on like some of my vlogs that I shot myself do better than his cinematic vlogs. Yeah. So there's almost this thing where it's like, you don't have, not everything has to be professional. Yeah, the phone's good enough. So
they want to see that real person.
They do, man. They really, really do.
I think that goes, that echo, like any athlete, celebrity, whatever that does their own.
They all have their own YouTube channels.
If they do their own social, and their socials, they're way more likable.
Yes.
Versus a cameraman
versus having a guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Like I follow a lot of brands, a lot of vlogs, got mine. You know, I do think it's a good blend. And if you have the budget, do it. Like we have the budget. It was a pillar of mine when I came on and talked to my manager. I was like, I want a built-in public vlog. If we are building community across the globe, we need to show what we're doing. So we do have the vlog. But I will tell you this: not everybody needs a vlog, but everybody needs a social presence. Everybody needs to be real. So I would literally, like I've been thinking about, I think the best hire for any organization, some Gen Z kid who understands social media and just say, go cook.
Yeah.
Like your entire job is to go cook, do weird stuff.
Yep.
Because I think it'll make a huge difference.
I like that.
Yep.
Jet ski across the lake with a cable.
I'm telling you, I think that would crush. That we talked about at lunch.
We also talked about doing a vlog or social media presence on the golf course, right? Just here and there.
Dude, golf is so hot right now. Like, I wish golf was hot.
So are the girls that are freaking Instagram golf girls. They're hot.
Right, yes.
And I'm a very happy married dude, but
correct.
They're not putting the ugly chicks on Instagram golfing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and like the golf brands are hot. Like there's so much going on in golf right now. And for me, it's like, I wish golf was hot when I was back in Nashville, because I could do more in Nashville because I'm global now.
Yeah.
But I've even thought about doing, one of the leaders of Ronstad's down in Atlanta, he and I have been like, we need to go golf and just record our conversations.
Yeah.
We'll crush.
And you would have a full-time camera person following you around on that,
Yep.
assuming?
Yeah, I would have my guy. Literally, so my video guy texted me right before he went live. And he is flying out. He goes, I just got another gig. He goes, I'm going to shoot a vlog, build and public vlog, with the founder of CrossFit, Greg Glassman, with his new fitness thing. He goes, you're right, it's catching on.
Yeah. I would tell you that I was a Tom Brady hater until he got on YouTube.
Oh, really? I didn't even know. Yeah.
He's kind of likable.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
And it's like he obviously has a professional crew with him.
Sure.
But it's kind of, to your point, it's authentic.
Yep.
He comes across as like a way more normal dude.
Correct.
Than he ever was on the football field.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Gary Vee said it years ago. Every person and every company needs to view themselves as a media outlet. So that's what I took on early on, is like, what do I want to be known for? Who do I want to be known for? I have positioned myself as the recruiter for the entire software industry.
yeah.
I am the only recruiter that gets invited to speak at engineering conferences across the globe. I've never seen one recruiter speak at an engineering conference with me. That's pretty cool. That's very unique. And I think a lot of people can position themselves, because when I started this brand, I didn't want to be like if I did a one-to-one, we talked about this at lunch, if I did a one-to-one, I would have started a recruiting podcast, because I was a recruiter. So going to one-to-one is a recruiting podcast. No. I wanted to use it as a way to get sales. So I said, who's my ICP? It's hiring managers. So I started by interviewing more hiring managers. But then what I realized is every hiring manager is one call away from being a job seeker.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah,
So I was like, you know what? Forget hiring manager. I'm just going to interview everybody. And I've been doing it for 5 years now. There are people I interviewed on my pod years ago who are now in hiring positions.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Well, you mentioned earlier about helping a company from San Francisco's Silicon Valley move here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bring their staff.
Yeah.
How do you think the other markets are shaping Nashville, and are they? Right? Because you got people from California, companies from California, Texas moving here.
Sure.
Right? Facebook, others.
They're buying real estate. That's what they're doing.
Is that the play?
I don't know if Oracle even opened yet.
There was just an announcement this week.
Because I don't even know.
So they are, I guess they've taken action on the purchase of the property, of the north side of the river
breaking
property.
ground finally.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because I was still at Vaco when this was being talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
They're going to finally
Their
actually
new
do
blueprints and everything are getting approved, right?
Yes.
The new designs
Yes.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're going to totally reshape the North Bank.
Yeah.
Of the
It'll
river.
be, hopefully, it'll be like a little tech hub.
Yeah.
Healthcare is what.
It's modernized. To answer your question, is modernizing Nashville.
Yeah.
So there's a
is.
lagging indicator, right? There's all the tech. I mean, I don't know if you heard of the startup called, I think it's Cluely. It's a kid that got kicked out of an Ivy League school. I think it was Harvard.
Okay.
For developing a program that helps you cheat without being caught. So he's been blacklisted from all the Ivy League schools, and nobody wants to hire him. And
I'm like, give me that guy.
So but he's different. So he started this startup, and I've looked into it. Their marketing's insane. He's done such a good job. But anyways, like there's tools he's using that I haven't seen yet out here. Yeah. Right now, again, I'm not talking to every hiring manager and every developer all the time. So, but when I helped that company staff up here, they were trying to use tools. So prime example, they were trying to use Python before Python really hit the scene in Nashville. Python was hot in the Bay Area and in the coastal cities, but not in Nashville. It's all .NET, right? Very little open source at the time when I was recruiting. So that startup came, I was like, we want Python developers. And I was like, where are you gonna find them at? There was one division within HCA and then HealthStream. There was one team on HealthStream using Python. And like that was about it. Now everyone's using Python, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but that startup failed. Why? Well, there's many issues there from a leadership perspective, but they tried to come in and be like that kind of aggressive work 80 hours a week startup culture. Doesn't work. Doesn't work here. Like people, we're very Southern, right? 40 hours a week, go to church on Sundays, watch our football. Like now, again, I'm sure there's some startups that can probably get that buy-in that I don't know about, but as a whole, that's where like companies want to come in because there's no sales tax and they get all this land, but you got to understand the culture of Nashville.
That's right.
Which I will say that from a business perspective, you got to understand the culture wherever you go.
Absolutely.
Right? Whether you're in New York City or Atlanta, right? I mean, I spend so much time in Atlanta that LinkedIn thinks I'm from Atlanta because they pushed all Atlanta connections, right? There's a different vibe in Atlanta versus Nashville. So, my best advice to companies who want to move here that may watch this or companies in town, like listen to your people, like listen to your listen to your internal employees because that's where all the answers are.
Isn't that true for any company for the most part?
You would think, right?
You should.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. So, since you're global now, Taylor, Mr. Global Man, if you could,
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, if you could,
I think that's trademarked. I don't think.
I don't think that's true. Yeah.
if you could do if you were doing a startup yourself,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
what market would you do it at globally? What are you seeing right now? What's the best? Maybe not even the United States. What's the best country for a startup today?
Lord have mercy.
Well, let's say America and then country.
Well, I mean, country I kind of have. There's a lot of Gen Z young guys and gals in Bali right now. So I've followed a lot of builders. They are in Bali. There is a great kind of hustle culture in Bali with all these expats out there, like just grinding. You know, my wife and I went to Bali on our honeymoon 9 years ago.
You better get that right.
I know, I better get that right. For the record, my wife and I, funny story, total sidebar, welcome to talking to me. We did not know, like she and I were both off one year. So we both thought we had been together.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if she is too.
Yeah, she was off, but it was just funny how we were both off. But we went to Bali on our honeymoon and it's like super cheap. It's obviously, it's just an amazing vibe and you know, I'm sure it's built up a ton now at this point after, 9-10 years. But so I'd say if I were to build, I'd probably do Bali. And then I would say if I were to build in the States, I mean, listen, I think if you have funding, go to San Francisco, go to New York, build in person. I still think there's something special about building in person. I miss a little bit of the in person. I run a Dads in Tech group. It's a virtual we have about 300 members across the globe. And we had our virtual meetup today. And, we were talking about work-life balance. And some of the dads were like, it probably would be easier balancing the family if I was in the office a little bit more. Because you don't have that separation anymore. Yeah, right? You like walk out your door and your kids are right there. So, I would say if you have the ability to build, if you have the funding from VCs or whatever, I would still say San Francisco is probably where it's at. If you want,
because of talent.
Yeah, because there's talent. You just the talent. I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah.
But I would still say you can build a fantastic startup in the South. I think you could build a remote startup in Nashville and pick amazing talent from Birmingham. I was invited to go down to their tech event last week. I said my wife would kill me, but because I've been on the road so much. But like they're throwing an amazing event.
Lots of smart folks in Huntsville.
A lot. Oh yeah. Atlanta, Raleigh. Raleigh's
Charlotte.
huge. I spent time in. Yeah, there's so much good tech down here. So I know. So if I were to give you specific answers, Bali, and if you have the funding and you can afford it, San Francisco, but your burn rate's going to be pretty tremendous, I would say at that point.
And in office.
If you can, yes. Which is
Okay.
crazy because we're fully remote. There's just something special. Like when I get with my team, we flew our guy from Portugal in for render. Man, it just was awesome hanging out with. I was like, man, it's so much fun.
I think if we were to redo our company today, it would be at this day and age, 2025, right? Going into 2026, it'd be maybe more difficult to do it fully remote. I don't know.
Oh, if you were to start today.
Fresh. Like if I was to start today, I would probably be planning towards office from the get-go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it's harder to go backwards. We've talked about it.
Once the tube is out of the toothpaste, nope.
Yeah.
Once the toothpaste is out of the tube.
Yeah, like we've talked about office space and this and that, and it's like, and
everybody's set in their ways.
Yeah,
right?
and part of that is how we have hired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you've hired people that live an hour plus
Right.
from the office, so it makes it even harder to say, hey, let's go to an office.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that in person, I mean, that whole culture, I mean, I've got that question a ton. What are people doing? Return to office. I mean, it's just a slippery slope. Like, listen, and this is what happened, unfortunately, at Vaco and even at Gun.io when I was there for a little bit. Like, they make you come into the office with local people and I'd just be on Zoom calls. I'm like, why am I here?
That is the thing that I think people hate.
Yeah. Now, I would say, I think I liked what we did at Gun.io was they would fly in business units a quarter, which I love that. So like Q1 would be marketing, would be in the office for 3 days.
Yeah.
Sales would come in. I love that. And then as somebody local, I had friends on the sales team, I'd go into the office, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, trying to get people into the office and you're just gonna, and you got Susan in San Francisco, you're just like, well then, what's the point?
Susan's in her living room.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're the only one in there, right?
Yeah, I think that's weird.
But people, I think people are craving to get out of the house a little bit more now. I think people want that, but I think people want flexibility. I think some people just want to come in from 10 to 2.
That's what they want.
Hybrid.
Yeah, and they want flexible schedule.
Yeah.
And it's just, as a business leader like yourself, it's a very fine line. I think the problem with most business leaders is that there's a lack of communication on the purpose of why we're doing it.
That's it.
Right? So it's like, hey, guys, listen. I know it stinks. I want everybody to be in the office on Tuesdays from 10 to 2. We are going to do a team lunch. We are going to do an all hands meeting at 10 around this topic. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to do this. Mm-hmm. If you tell me that, I'm in.
It's easier to buy.
Sign me up. That sounds great. It's organized.
Versus just coming in to be in.
Yeah, just come in the office and like work. I'm like, well, I can work at home.
Yeah.
So like, again, I think the problem with a lot of business, especially with this work from home or return to office, is the lack of communication, transparency from upper leaders.
And there's no real plan to why are we in office?
Yeah, why? Right? It's a bunch of I told you so leadership. Why are we doing this? I told you so.
Because
we have this $10 million real estate and you got to be in here.
Yeah. Because somebody's got to sit at these desks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, that's your problem. That's not mine.
Yeah.
So
do we have a tech surplus or shortage right now in people?
we have a surplus. Companies hired rampantly between 2021, 2022. Had my best year ever in sales. I've been broke ever since, is what I say. Basically,
2022, you say, was your
yeah, I think
peak?
2022 was like my peak. Yeah.
Okay.
You won an award in Nashville that year, I think.
I did National Influencer of the Year from the Nashville Tech
Heck yeah,
Council.
man, that's awesome.
Yep.
They give you a guitar, right?
I do. I have a guitar in my office. Yep.
Yeah.
So basically, I had a podcast called Unicorn Finders, which we were really early. We basically were essentially pre-vetting businesses for VCs, but we didn't know how to position it. I think we would have crushed now that I have a better awareness of what's going on. But we were interviewing companies, startups all over the world. And we called it. Like those guys on the pod, I can go back and get receipts. Like we were like, this is unsustainable. Yeah. This is not going to be good. Mm-hmm. And because you had people in tech that could spell React, the JavaScript framework, and then you get a job. I mean, a buddy of mine, he got hired at Peloton, had 6 managers in 8 months.
Dang.
Right? And so what happened was overhire, money dried up, zero interest went away. We're in that ZIRP era, zero interest rate period, and it went away. Massive layoffs, and people haven't been able to gain their footing since. And to be honest with you, it's probably going to be another few years before we truly level out.
Well, we know Nashville as a big music scene city, right? We would all say that tourism's through the roof when it comes to the music scene in Nashville, right? Nashville as a whole. How's that affecting, and is it affecting globally the tech scene and tech in general? Or are those still two separate parts, tourism and tech.
They're probably separate parts. I think maybe it makes Nashville appealing for somebody.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean, I talk to devs all the time, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Nashville." And they're like, "Oh man, gotta go there." Yeah.
It's the draw. Is it still the draw though? The music?
They're like, "Oh, do you ever see Garth Brooks?"
Yeah. They're like, "Oh man, like, dude." I mean, I was in Barcelona, and they were like, I was networking on the rooftop of our hotel. We threw a after party, and they were like, "Man, Nashville, you love country music?" I was in Barcelona. you know, it's like,
they're like, Alan Jackson?
Yeah, I know, seriously. Yeah. So, for me, I would say it's, I think it helps attract folks. But, there is a lot of tech and music, right? So you have BMI here, you have ASCAP, CSAC, you have a bunch of tech startups, forming or have formed. That are hiring. Again, the problem is there just doesn't seem to be a lot of money from a business music side. Like it's all with the artists. But I think
it's a few people holding the funds there.
Other places.
Yeah. It's not really from like I don't think you're gonna make $300,000 being like a developer for BMI, right? I know you won't. And so, but like. And then you can, I know John Bellion's really come on the scene. You talk about building community, that guy's a beast, and he's done a bunch of interviews about how jacked up just payment is and making money is in the industry. So
good answer.
Yeah.
Nashville as a whole, and again, I know you're more global now, but is the logistics, transportation of
Nashville, that's another big one. Yeah, good call out.
Yep. The way that Nashville has burst at its seams, is that deterring companies maybe from moving here?
Oh, I jumped ahead of you. I thought you were talking about just like logistics companies hiring.
I thought he was going to.
I mean, one of my buddies, he's a startup and he went to South Carolina. He's making hand over fist money, and he's in logistics.
Logistics, logistics is blowing up as a whole.
Yeah.
Well, this is the
trucking
logistics
freight
hub for the Southeast.
I know. I think I heard some stat that like it's some crazy thing. Like you can get to Nashville from like 97% of the places in 24 hours or something like that.
You draw an 8-hour radius around Nashville, and it covers pretty much everybody.
Well, we see that commuting, right? We go through downtown and half the license plates are from out of state because people are just trying to get somewhere else.
For sure.
And they can't because the roads are so bad, but
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that was my point. Like we all know Nashville traffic is getting ridiculous. It's kind of locked all the time.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No.
Is that with Oracle, right? Amazon, all these others coming here, what's that going to do? Is it going to deter?
Just be worse? But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, what Nashville needs to do something. I think I read, I don't know if it's true or not, but I read something about Nashville meeting with Elon Musk to do an underground tunnel from the airport.
I haven't heard that. That would be sick. I know they do it in Vegas.
Yeah. From the airport to Broadway is what they were talking about.
I mean,
There's got to be.
I think that's an easy hanging fruit.
We're behind as far as public transit goes. Most of the South is way behind.
Yeah.
In public transit.
If Nashville, if everybody went back to work full time,
it would be a disaster.
Yeah, you can't.
It would be a disaster. Now they've started to a little bit. Some of the bigger companies.
I know Amazon. Amazon's doing. I mean, literally, one of my developer friends. Yeah, I mean, Amazon, like you have to move to a city and be in that city and go on site.
Be in the office.
Yep.
4 days a week. Or
I think it's like 3 or 4 days a week.
A lot of companies do that for like 410s and you're off Friday now. You see a lot of that.
Yeah. I do 512, so that's another conversation.
Yeah, 512s.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's why you're seeing so much growth out here in Hendersonville, right? I mean, our dear friends are moving up here. They have their houses for sale in East. I think you get, one of my colleague Jason Torres on my team. He lives in upstate New York. He and his wife, once they get the kids out of the house, they're moving either here or Scottsdale, and he was like, where should I move? I was like, I may be biased, but like, I still think Hendersonville is like.
Don't tell them that, man.
I know, but I still think
Gallatin.
We'll edit that out.
No, don't tell them Gallatin, please.
Yeah, Hendersonville. I mean, I still think
I'm
it's
a Gallatin
like,
kid, so.
yeah. I still think it's like the best place.
Bang for the buck.
Oh
in Middle
you can
Tennessee.
afford it still. Now, is that going to be the case in 5-7 years here? I don't know. We may turn into a. Honestly, we could turn into a Brentwood Franklin if we had better restaurants and shopping. but we don't.
Well, we don't have the business district that
Right.
Cool Springs, Franklin has. I mean, and we don't have the real estate for it, I don't believe.
I still think a WeWork up here would kill. Like, there's no shared co-working.
Well, they just
space
opened
here.
one in Goodlettsville, eSpace.
There's an eSpace.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, just opened in the last few months.
Did not know
With their
that.
client
There's
of
some
ours.
smaller like coffee shop. There's a coffee shop in Gallatin that's got some WeWork space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like right on the square.
Yeah.
I mean, for us to see the eSpaces come to Goodlettsville, that's a sign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, you basically can't live south unless you make $1 million or at least 500,000 a year, at least. And then we were looking at Columbia, but my wife's parents live in Bowling Green, so it just didn't make sense for us to go down to Columbia. Yeah, that would be like a 2-hour drive. So now they're like 50 minutes from door to door from us.
Columbia's a nice town too.
I love it.
Growing.
Oh, it's beautiful down
Mule
there.
days.
Yeah. Mule days. Yeah. I have a donkey, so
You got a little donkey.
Yeah, I got a mini donkey.
So you can go to like half mule days.
Yeah. I should start mule days in Hendersonville.
You could go to like
Half mule
miniature-
days. Yeah,
miniature
miniature
mule
mule days.
Well, I know you didn't grow up in
I can
this
only show
area,
for an hour.
Taylor, but we had, did you see it, Chad, over the last week? They had a get together at Rivergate Mall to do one last lap or
somebody
two
called
cruise.
Haley to ask if we did that, and I was like,
Last
no.
what?
So Rivergate Mall, when we were kids, teenagers, people would go to Rivergate Mall and just cruise around the mall, right? It was the hangout spot.
Really? Yeah.
It was the
I
hangout
remember.
spot.
It was like that back. In my hometown.
What year did you move here?
So I moved here in 2011.
Okay. Yeah. Rivergate was pretty much dead.
Yeah, it was dead by that time. But anyway, so Rivergate Mall is getting torn down. It's going to be a mixed-use development.
Is it really?
Commercial
Yeah.
retail,
Really?
condos.
Yeah.
So that's about to start. So we're
That's
going
gonna be huge.
That's going to revitalize Madison, Rivergate,
Yep,
right?
yep.
It should.
It needs to.
It needs to. In addition to that, there's some land close to where Toddy lives that just got rezoned. I think it's going through approval for commercial, retail, kind of everything. And we're talking 100 or 1,000 acres, maybe. I don't know, a bunch.
I'm really gonna miss that countryside coming through there.
Yeah. So
So we might as well get used to it.
So the point there is Hendersonville in this area, and I see other commercial development going on. We're trying to get more businesses, more commercial in this area,
Yeah.
which will fuel residential growth.
Well, then
even
you start
further.
pulling from White House and Springfield and Bowling Green, right?
Yeah.
I told my wife's like, I grew up in Bowling Green. I'm not moving back. I love Bowling Green. It's got Gads, great donut place.
I would
right?
move to Franklin, Kentucky.
Yeah. They got a golf course. I golf up there.
At Kenny Perry's?
Yeah. With
Buddy's
my
house is for sale in Franklin.
I would move. That would be.
yeah.
But
But that's what I'm saying. So you start moving businesses up here. Not only can you still pull from South Nashville, but then you start pulling.
Kentucky.
Yeah, then you start pulling folks,
Bowling
which
Green's
I think would be great.
short
Yeah.
We just helped a client out in Franklin, Kentucky, right? So we're pulling some of that borderline, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, even us in a business up here, I would look to pull that Franklin, Kentucky Bowling Green business.
Yep.
To your point.
Yep.
Taylor, it's been awesome having you on, man. Every episode we do a rapid fire segment. If it's
I
cool,
love rapid fire.
it's
Well,
rapid-ish.
Yeah.
we'll ask
Depends
you
on how good your answers are.
Yeah.
Then I want to talk about it.
Sure.
just to get to know you a little bit, man.
Yeah,
Quick
love it.
questions, yes or no, or your top three kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll ask you a few questions. Chad,
I get the
wanna-
first one.
You go ahead, man. We'll get started.
Appetizer, main course, and dessert from Outback.
Oh man, that's my jam. Yeah. All right. People have some. So I talk about Outback in our Torc Discord all the time, and we go back and forth on chain restaurants. So there's a lot of weight on this answer. So you got to go cheese fries, layered,
Okay.
well done. Because what happens is if you don't get the well done, it's just soggy. And then you gotta go honey mustard, and I'm so hungry right now. You have to have honey.
Same here.
My mouth is like watering. Honey mustard and ranch. So
Swimming pool.
For the cheese fries.
yeah, for the cheese fries. So
Wait,
that's
did you
cheese
say
fries.
get the fries extra done?
Yeah,
right?
extra done. You
Okay,
gotta
so
get
they're
them
not
extra done.
soggy.
Yeah, you got extra done. Main course is you got to go. I love the sirloin there. It's tasted the same for 30 years.
It is actually good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's a good piece. It's a
cheap.
good cut of meat. Yeah. So I get I think it's like the 12 or 14 ounce sirloin, medium rare. You got to go grilled onions and sauteed mushrooms. You got to go with a loaded baked potato. Then you got to go with a house salad with ranch.
Yep.
The best ranch in the business is Outback.
100%.
Yes.
Do not get me started
Yes.
on this.
It's the best.
100%. Absolutely.
Whatever they do to their ranch, you
It
probably
is
know.
drugs.
It's good.
I don't know. Not really.
Crack.
It's not drugs. Outback does not put drugs in it. That's,
When they sprinkle the crack
this
dust
is not
on there.
financial advice. Yeah. And then you got to get the creamy horseradish on the side. People don't know. You have to specific. They don't have it on the menu. And then, I'm so hungry. And then the chocolate thunder from down under.
I knew he was going chocolate.
Yeah, you got to go chocolate thunder. So I'll tell you this. So I got talking with a woman at the bar. My brother and I always go whenever we hang out because it's like childhood for us. And we were talking, and like Outback's had some banging desserts in the past. So like they've had a key lime pie that was like to die for. They've had a Reese's peanut butter pie that was like limited back in like the early 2000s, late 90s. Unreal. They've had, you used to be able to get like these like baked cinnamon apples covered in their chocolate. Fun fact, they use Bluebell ice cream, which is like the highest fat caloric intake. That's why it's so good. Anyways, and then also off menu item, I'm really upset they changed their mac and cheese entirely. It's not good anymore. But back in the day, we used to get chicken fingers, tossing their buffalo sauce on top of the mac and cheese. My stomach used to be invincible. If I even
food.
looked at that now, I would die. So,
Okay, I like that.
yeah.
He knows some Outback for sure.
Yeah.
One thing on Outback. So my dad used to get their Outback hamburger. Why is it so good?
I don't know. Like their meat, it hasn't changed. And whoever I'll ask my dad. My parents moved up here actually, which is
They
wild.
get decent beef for one.
They get. Well, back in the day, so mind you, I can go deep on Outback history. So my dad's store was one of the first like 100 in the North and South Carolina. So like they started in that area. My dad was at Steak and Ale.
Okay.
So all the top end, all the high performing steak and ale guys started Outback.
Okay.
So, but everything used to be made from scratch. Like that used to be their whole thing. It's not that way anymore, but they used to fresh meat, like everything was like top end. But obviously it's not quite that way anymore, but their ranch still stays the same and their meat cuts are great. Burger's fantastic.
When I was still on the
bread's good,
road,
too.
Bread's great. I'm gluten free. It hurts my tummy, but I'll still eat it.
that was one of my spots.
Chocolate bread?
Well, no,
it's not
I don't
chocolate
do.
bread.
I'm not
People just-
much of a bread guy, but
Are you American?
I am.
Not much of a bread guy. Who says they're not much of a bread guy?
I don't eat a lot of bread.
Hey,
wild.
I'm gluten free diet.
I am
so
too.
don't-
I
don't
am
eat
too.
a lot
I
of
am
bread
too.
either.
I don't either,
But I love bread.
but I'll eat it.
I drink
and,
my
and I'll
bread.
pay the consequence
drink
for it.
bread.
You drink.
I
Okay,
drink
that's
the
fair.
bread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you drink the bread. Yeah, I get
What
that.
am I the only one that thinks Outback is overrated?
What? I mean, it's a chain. It depends what you're like getting
it's
into. I mean, it's a
probably,
chain.
of the national chains. Like,
Yeah, I said it.
I think
said it.
this part of the episode is going to crush more than anything
Yeah,
else. Like you put this on TikTok, it will go nuts.
I spent years on the road, lived out of
Yeah.
hotels,
Yeah.
right? The traveling sales guy, and it was like I felt good about Outbacks, right? You could go.
You
to an
can go and
Outback.
actually eat relatively healthy there.
Yeah, you could eat at an Outback. It's going to be good. You always know it's going to be
It's going to be the
consistent.
same.
Consistent.
I did Outback. I did Texas Roadhouse. Was always
By the way,
one.
is that one up here? Is that Texas Roadhouse up here? It's slammed all the time.
All the time.
My wife and I went because Outback's a little too far. I wish Outback would move up
Yes.
here.
Outback in Gallatin.
yes.
Let's start it. G-Town,
Let's do it. Let's do it now.
Outback.
Yeah. I will be there with bells on every weekend.
I bet they put one over there by the new Target that they're putting in Gallatin. On
Your dad want to come out of retirement and start?
Dude,
up
my
one?
dad's looking right now.
Let's-
My dad literally moved. That would be a crazy arc for him because he left, and now that would be wild.
Write this down on a napkin.
Yeah,
Listen, Outback.
Yeah, my dad. I will tell you this: my dad's a G when it comes to operations and cutting costs and stuff. So, Outback,
There we
bring
go.
him back, bring him
All
home.
right, but rapid-ish.
Yeah, I told you.
Outback's,
Yeah.
Outback's overrated, but it's not bad.
I really don't like that take, but that's fine. It's your podcast, so I'll.
Next question.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
dumb.
Yeah. Well, okay. So then, what do you like then?
Yeah, a chain.
sticky fingers?
No, you gotta pick a chain.
Well, I'll say this: I like
You don't even know.
Texas Roadhouse.
It's like the same thing as Outback, except they put egg in their salad. That's like the
I
only
will
difference.
say Texas Roadhouse here
Is better than.
is better than
I would agree.
the
But the
closest
ranch is not
Outback
as good.
to
The
it.
ranch is not as good. Ranch is
Texas
not as good.
Roadhouse is better.
I do like it better.
However, there's a little bit of
Their stock is through the roof, by the way.
Nostalgia.
My wife and I are like,
Texas,
we need to
yeah,
invest.
Roadhouse?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's like through the roof the last
Yeah.
6 months.
okay. Rapid-ish guy.
Taylor, I consider you a Nashville guy now, even though you grew up in South Carolina.
Sure.
What's your number one local spot to eat at in Nashville? Your favorite spot?
So I'm a huge coffee guy. I do want to give a shout out to Drips Coffee up here. Fantastic cold brew.
In Hendersonville?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Fantastic cold brew. I would say in town, my coffee shop I always try to go to is, there's actually a lot of them. So I really, really like Flora and Fauna. They brew their own beans. RIP, No Free Coffee, they closed. He was ahead of his time. Best cold brew was No Free Coffee, but they closed. So if I do usually jump into town off the interstate, it's usually Flora and Fauna. Has a great iced coffee as well.
I do Folgers.
Did I wait? Did I ask coffee? I thought I said food.
No, we're getting there.
Okay.
I got to give you specifics.
So you put coffee over food.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
No, I'm a huge, I'm addicted.
Best friends.
I'm
addicted. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, dang,
I have a problem. I paid $23 for a cup of coffee in Barcelona because it was like an elevated thing. Now and Then Coffee's another one at Audrey, Sean Brock's old place, which by the way, I found out he sold it. They do an elevated coffee experience where you can get like 5 different types of beans. They walk you through the whole experience. You can get it 6 different types of ways, filtered a certain PSI basically through the espresso machine. You can do iced coffee. I
don't want anybody to ever say I'm bougie again.
Yeah. I'm extremely high maintenance. I
love coffee too. I'm with Taylor on this one.
Yeah. I think to answer your original question, like what place do I love local? Man, the first thing that pops in my head is obviously Cafe Rocca up here. Like we always kind of get it.
Yeah, we're talking Nashville in general.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, dude.
You're planning a date night for this Saturday.
Pelican and Pig is great in East Nashville. Everything's cooked over wood fire. I think I had a
that's the place I mentioned to you on Gallatin Road before.
Yeah,
Pelican Pig.
Pelican and Pig
is it awesome?
It's fantastic.
Okay,
fantastic. One of the better meals I've had recently has been it's not a Nashville spot, but it's Iberian Pig. It's like a tapas place down in the Gulch. Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have a gluten-free bun for hamburgers. It's great. It was so good. I sent it back 3 times to make sure it was gluten-free, to put it in perspective. I was like, you sure it's going to hurt my tummy? I need you to make sure.
Because you know when gluten-free is gluten-free, right?
Yeah.
It tastes gluten-free.
Yeah.
It just doesn't taste much.
Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff you can get. Their hamburger buns, it was so... I took a bite and it tasted so good. I thought it was...
This is fake.
Normal. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
South Carolina guy.
Go Cox.
I'm a...
You a Raiders guy? MTSU Raiders?
Hell no. I'm a University of Tennessee volunteer.
Okay. Did you go to UT?
No, you don't have to go to UT here. You could just be there from Knoxville.
100%, dude.
It's annoying. You're an MTSU Raider.
No, I'm not. I didn't go there.
I'm
from
you live
Knoxville.
here.
Bandy.
I'm from Knoxville.
Yeah, Bandy.
No, bullshit. I'm from Knoxville.
You are from Knoxville.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll accept that. I'll accept. He getting angry. He's like, shut up, dude.
So I can be like, well, college football in the South is that, right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
And part of that is because people didn't grow up with professional sports teams.
I wish soccer culture was the same in the States as it is in Europe, because I feel like it's just like college football.
It's college
football. But
football.
on steroids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about college sports, South Carolina doesn't have a
No, we have
professional sports
we have
team,
Panthers
right?
up the road.
Yeah,
but
so you've got either Clemson or South Carolina.
Yeah.
Tennessee, it's arguable if they actually have pro sports teams at this point.
Yeah.
So it was the University of Tennessee.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I am an honorary Gamecock fan now because we call him my little nephew. One of my son's best friends is going to kick footballs at the University of South Carolina.
No way.
Yeah. So,
Amazing. What's his name?
Max Kelly.
Yeah.
Shout out, Max.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you're being a Gamecock.
Sure. I was in the drumline too, and I played hockey for South Carolina. So
Being a Gamecock.
big Gamecock guy.
Spurrier or Beamer?
Oh, Beamer.
Really?
Oh, yeah. You have to understand something. Beamer was the guy. Spurrier was calling the plays, but Beamer was the guys that got all the guys.
Okay.
That's why when we got him, people are like, man, I get goosebumps talking about this stuff, right? Like literally my goosebumps just got goosebumps. Like when it comes like I pull a lot of like building teams like with what Beamer does. But like what people don't realize is Spurrier he was kind of the old coach, very out of it, just called the plays. He's a great play caller, don't get me wrong. But Beamer was the one studying the culture, literally there is documented proof that like Alshon was going to commit to Tennessee and Beamer just continued to show up, continued to grind, and then we got him.
I'm not as bad about Alshon Jeffries as I am Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, Trevor was supposed to go to the UT?
Trevor was a Tennessee kid. Trevor wore 16.
No way, I did not know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Butch Jones, if you're listening.
Yeah. Butch was awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, Beamer. I think last year was we went 8-5, lost to Illinois. Granted, we didn't have our star linebacker defensive end, and then we didn't have our main running back, but. Man, the guys we've signed, the guys coming in, I don't think this year. I think we'll still probably do a 9-3, 8-4. I do think he's going to get us back to those years under Spur where we were like 11-2. I really do think so.
I'll get to watch them SEC kickoff weekend. We'll be down there for. It's like we lucked out, right? Tennessee's playing. Syracuse, South Carolina's playing Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
In Atlanta that weekend, back-to-back days.
Oh, I didn't realize another side of teams was down there too. That's awesome.
So we're going to go and do
great.
The Saturday, Sunday thing. And,
that's great.
And watch them. So
are you rooting for South Carolina now as long as they're not playing the Vols?
Yeah.
We don't play you anymore, right?
It will eventually.
Okay, we will. Okay.
I think Max's junior year, Tennessee and South Carolina are going to play. But
I honestly hate the new.
Yeah, I don't.
Hot take. I don't like the new format. I want to keep Georgia. I mean, literally, Georgia fans are like, thank God we didn't play South Carolina this year.
Well, one of the things I don't love the new format. I know we're not a football sports talk show, but I don't necessarily love the new format.
Still a crush.
However, it's very aggravating when you watch a team like Florida not have to play Alabama in their prime.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
They never played Alabama in their prime.
Oh, so you actually like it because there's more cross-division type stuff and it forces.
Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
And look, this is a Tennessee fan saying this, but our natural rival has always been Alabama, right?
Yeah.
So the height of Alabama, Tennessee stuck playing them every single year, right? So
and then now is that they're not consistently.
There are still some of those that are going to stay alive. I think they're going to try to do that. I don't know. Maybe the perfect thing is for the SEC to be its own league.
I think that's basically where we're getting to.
Yeah,
anyways.
I mean, you could play more of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the traditional East and West is the right way to go.
No. Yeah.
But. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's going to keep growing,
Beamer
right?
for sure.
There'll be more teams added to the SEC.
Yeah, I think it's just going to become just a huge.
I would pick Virginia Tech and Miami, or Virginia Tech and Florida State. That's who I would add.
Oh, next.
Yeah. Who would you add?
I haven't even thought about this question.
You get to add two.
Probably North Carolina makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to say. North Carolina.
Have a little North and South Carolina action.
Yep.
I also think, I'd Miami or Georgia Tech.
Yeah. I think those are the four that Virginia Tech, Miami, Florida State, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Maybe we take four of them.
But then again, and then there's a whole situation of like, what's college football turning into? Anyways, I digress. Back to your original question, Beamer, all the way.
Okay.
Yep.
Go.
You mentioned Bali for your honeymoon.
Yes.
One country or one vacation spot. What's it going to be for you? Top vacation spot.
I really like Barcelona. My wife has already been to Barcelona. She went on a trip like in college. We had obviously not know each other, but she and I both agreed that. I have a really hard time picking one. It's between Italy or New Zealand. So we've been to New Zealand. We've been to Italy last year. We want to go back to Italy. Italy just was unbelievable. But we could if you're saying like my wife and I talked about living in New Zealand. We were like, we think we could
live there.
Okay. Because it's like literally you're in Lord of the Rings all the time.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just we did North and South Islands. The culture's unbelievable. The people are great. Driving on the left side of the road was hairy. but you'll get used to it. So yeah, I would say New Zealand to live, Italy to visit.
Love their accents too.
That was great. Yeah, it's a little bit more less. Yeah, a little less twangy than Australia.
I gotcha.
Road trip, going into Love's or the travel stop of America, and you're picking
Buc-ee's.
out your
Buc-ee's.
Now Buc-ee's throws a monkey wrench in it because their snacks are different.
Yeah.
They're so good though.
Yeah, you got to get your road trips.
What's my travel snack?
Yeah, bring them out.
It's so funny. I went to Atlanta, I stopped. So I think being gluten free throws just a wrench into things a little bit. I love a good Doritos.
Yeah.
Love a good Doritos. They're gluten
Flavor.
free. Yeah.
Which flavor?
You know what? Cool Ranch surprises me every time. I think I got to go Cool Ranch. And then I want to make it known. I am a baked good guy. Like baked goods. Shout out Healthy Body Bakery next to Chef's Market up here in Hendersonville. They run our CrossFit gym. Danny and Evan are amazing. They do a bunch of gluten-free stuff. Like their gluten-free chocolate cake is the best thing in the world. But again, I would go Cool Ranch Doritos, and I'd probably do like a Reese's situation.
Which Reese's?
So I had a Reese's the other day. It had it was a big cup with some chocolate in it. That was pretty good.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
What's our drink?
Probably I'd probably find a bougie coffee somewhere on the side of the road. If I'm in the middle of nowhere with no bougie coffee, we're probably going. We got to go Liquid Death.
I was gonna say.
We got to go Liquid Death sparkling water. I'm not a big. I didn't grow up with soda. If I'm sleepy, I'll have like Coke Zero or Diet Coke. But I'm not a big soda guy.
Taylor, knowing what you know now, and money was not an issue,
That's my question.
what would you do?
That's my question. I love it.
You asked
I
that
love
one too?
it. Yeah, I literally ask that question in every single episode. I would say
Going and taking all back. You still have the knowledge that you have today.
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
go back. You wouldn't get into recruiting, right?
I would get into building my own company and start posting to social media. I told my wife this other day, if I got aggressive on building brand and content in 2011, I truly think I could have been Gary Vee. Like I truly think if the information I preach is so tangible, and I've helped so many people land careers. The problem is it's just so saturated now that it's hard to cut through the noise. If I did this in 2011, I could have
Game over.
Yeah, it would have been game over. I would have started my own recruiting company.
I think if I could sing and write songs, I would have been Morgan Wallen.
I could see that. You give yeah.
Like
But
I
you
could have
don't
done
like
it. This doesn't seem very hard.
Yeah, if you throw on not Birks and short shorts, I think
Yeah.
you give
So
it a
wait,
Man,
little
if you
more.
have legs like this,
You're saying the only reason why you don't perform is because you can't sing?
I can't sing and I can't write songs.
And he doesn't like.
And I
the
can't play
cowboy
guitar.
hat.
I can't play guitar. Morgan Wallen doesn't. Most country artists don't wear cowboy hats anymore.
No, they don't.
Zach Top wears one.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
amazing.
he's new. A little underground.
That's great.
Well, Taylor, thanks
Yeah,
again
Taylor,
for coming
thank you.
on.
Yeah,
Pleasure,
absolutely.
man. We'll have
That
to
was
have you
awesome.
on again in the future.
That's great.
Good
Yep.
luck to you, man,
Yeah.
in your
Yep.
new role and
Thank you.
building this community out.
Appreciate it.
So far, so good, man. You're doing awesome.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
Like,
Thanks, guys.
subscribe, review.
Follow Taylor on LinkedIn as well, right?
Yeah, at T Desseyn, TDESSEYN for all socials, all of them.
There you go.
Cool. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you, everybody.